Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blurred in the land. Welcome back to Ill Blur. Matic was going to thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, also returning. It's the hardest working bird on YouTube. Let's get into today's new video. Today's new video is something that's a little disappointing. A bit shocking at the same time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It seems like the studios are divided about the success for this movie. It's definitely probably gonna be the next big movie for the studio, to be honest, because this has been a year for superhero movies where it hasn't really been great at all. But let's talk about it. James Gunn and James Wan having their differences about the success of Aquaman 2 and why. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the test screening. The test screening was very unsuccessful prior to this new trailer they have coming out for the movie. I really hope that the director, James Wan, gets another chance to do another test screening in LA, where they can get a chance to see if people are interested enough in seeing the movie, because that is going to either determine if this movie is going to be a winner for DC Studios or it's going to be a fail for DC Studios. So hopefully James Wan can convince Warner Brothers and DC Studios to give them another opportunity to do test screenings again, because we have to remember test screenings are important for movies. It determines if a lot of people enjoyed the movie, for critics and even people that just want to see it for themselves. And also if the movie needs to make some changes. And I'm going to talk to you guys about the next thing that kind of ties into changes. So, number two for Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom, is that this movie went through 3 massive reshoots. Woo! 3 massive reshoots. Woo! My heart races. Boom, 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 boom. Honestly, when I think about it now, I gotta say, when I saw the new trailer for Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom, I have a change of heart. I honestly think that the new trailer for Aquaman 2 definitely was needed for Aquaman. The first trailer just, it wasn't cutting it. It was not cutting it at all. I'm like, nah, nada. And I think that's great that the second trailer reeled me in, because honestly, I was on the fence about Aquaman, and I've talked about it on social media. I've talked about it in my videos. I'm like, man, it's looking pretty grim. But when I saw that new trailer, I'm like, woo! Wait, I said, boy, oh boy, sign me up. I'm gonna go get me a ticket for Aquaman 2, all right? The trailer won me over. So sometimes reshoots have their pros and cons. This one definitely surprised me because, like I said, it had 3 massive reshoots, and sometimes reshoots do kill a movie in a way. And I don't know necessarily how some people, if they change their mind about it, but me personally, I changed my mind. Said this might be the winner for DC. This might be another big movie like Blue Beetle, but it's going to be a bigger movie for DC on December 20th when this movie releases. So, sometimes you change your mind. It's okay to change your mind. Let's talk about the next thing about this with the James Wan and also James Gunn. I think James Gunn doesn't see it making enough money for the studio, DC Studios. And maybe that's why he's like, nah, I don't think this movie is going to be a big seller for the company. And maybe he's trying to move on to like the new DC universe. So, and even James Wan voiced his concern about that yes, he knows that DC's going under a reconstruction phase where they're creating new opportunities for a new version of the DC universe. It's not going to be the DCU universe anymore. So maybe James Wan doesn't see it making money in the box office. Now, I have to say this and I have to bring this up, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Now, we have to remember that Aquaman 1 did $1 billion in the movie. This was probably the biggest DC movie since Batman to do $1 billion in the box office. So, for James Gunn to underestimate it, being the co-CEO, I don't know, man. I disagree with James Gunn on this. I think this movie, seeing the new trailer, opened my eyes, and I'm like, yo, this is going to be very good. It's action driven, decent story. And I'm like, nah. I highly disagree with James Gunn on this. I'm like, this looks better. Like, they improved on what should have been in the first trailer that should have been in the second trailer. So, him doing that, and also James Wan being nervous, because we have to remember, if this Aquaman 2 doesn't do good in theaters, we will not see an Aquaman 3 with Jason Momoa and other actors that are going to return for the third movie. So maybe James Wan is also worried. He's worried that if this movie doesn't succeed like it should December 20th, we're not going to get Aquaman 3. And that's understandable, because if the movie doesn't succeed, and you know, movies have budgets, and if it doesn't make more than the budget, then get it out of here. The next thing about Aquaman 2, and this one right here is kind of controversial, because a lot of people can't stand her as an actress due to what happened to Johnny Depp. Amber Heard is still in the movie, and a lot of people are fed up with it that are DC fans. Woo! You know what? I gotta say, I'm kind of glad that James Wan didn't have her in the trailer as much. It seems like she's not gonna have a big role. It seems like they cut her completely out. Seems like Nicole Kidman will probably be more of a main character as a female actress for Aquaman. So good. Yes, please don't have her the whole movie. If she can't get along with Jason Momoa and the other people, no. That was a good decision right there. Honestly, this is interesting. I honestly think with the changes being made with this movie, I really hope it works out. I mean, like I said, December 20th, it comes out later on this year, like it did with the first movie. It also seems like James Wan took the formula that he took from the first movie, recycled it a bit, and added a more dark atmospheric type of movie for a superhero movie. And I'm looking forward to it, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am looking forward to it. But you guys tell me in the comments, do you think Aquaman 2 will be another $1 billion success to Warner Brothers and DC Studios? And my next question is, do you agree with James Gunn? Do you think that this movie is not going to be a success for DC Studios? Or do you agree with me? Do you agree that it may be a success due to changes that they made? It is a blur living the world, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, and also fully watching the video, guys. Have a wonderful day, guys.